Good morning, friends. We have a little bit till 9:30. So I just thought I like to start the video just a little early to encourage people to jump on and we can chat a little bit about what you need for the practice. So this morning's practice is gentle yoga for, I call it gentle yoga boost, to boost the immune system, which we all could use that right now. So what you'll need for this practice, a couple of blankets or a blanket, if you sit on a blanket, a couple of blocks, and we'll move into, we're not going to do a gentle flow today. It's just going to be a gentle asana practice, just in and out of practices or asanas. So no flowing around, but we're going to work on twists, which help. Twist, what I love about twist is that when you're in them, you think about how your body constricts when you twist. You constrict the organs, mainly the intestines. Momentarily, you restrict the blood flow. And then when you open the twist, there's this rush of blood that goes to the organs. So it helps to detoxify our internal organs. And then with immune boosting, inversions are super awesome. So we work on inversions because they get the lymph system and the circulatory system moving in the opposite direction, and then we come up to normal. And that just helps move things through the lymph system. So that's what we're doing this morning. Boost for your immune system, gentle practice. And if you're joining us because you weren't here this morning, that's cool. That's what these videos are for. As always, make sure that you're approved to do yoga. All right. And as always, I have a dog, 2 dogs. So we just go with the flow and let them do what they need to do. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start in a simple seated position, cross-legged position. If that's not comfortable for you, you can be on your knees with your buttocks on your heels, or just find a comfortable place to come to. And we'll start with our hands on our thighs. We'll gently make sure that we have the vertebrae stacked one on top of the other, from the tailbone all the way up through the crown of the head. We dip the chin slightly, broaden through the collarbones. And let's just begin to become aware of our own breath. Take a couple breaths here. Just bring awareness to how you take air in and out of your body. Let's begin to deepen, slow the breath down, deepen it, make it longer, and try to fill the whole torso, kind of like you're pouring water into a glass. We try to fill all the way from the hip crease up to the nostril. So deep, deep, deep inhalation, long and slow. And a nice, slow, long, deep exhalation. Now let's do that a couple more times. Really try and imagine the air filling on all sides of the body. Soften the face. Last deep, deep, long, slow breath here. Now bring your awareness to your normal breath once again. And try to take your awareness, your observation into the rise and the fall of where you breathe. And we take our focus away from any thoughts. And thoughts do pop up throughout our practice, but we know that we have this thing called our breath that is clearly a present action that occurs in our life. And that's why we take our focus to our breath, to truly bring our focus, our awareness, our observation back to our practice. Maybe set an intention for this morning's practice. Could be something as simple as be present, calm, peace, whatever word that resonates with you, and just take a nice breath into that intention, sealing it, if you will. And we'll slowly and softly open the eyes. Gaze straight ahead. Take a nice deep inhalation. Bring a fist together with the hands. Go ahead and open the fist up toward the ceiling. And now here's where we lift each side of the rib cage up and out of the waist. Okay, so we're kind of lengthening through each side of the rib cage, and you can kind of wiggle into this. And then we take our arms, our upper arms, behind our ears if we can. If not, that's cool. And then strongly drilling your sits bones into the blanket pile below. You'll press your fist up to the ceiling and then draw the shoulders away from the ears. Bring the navel toward the spine. Have a nice soft gaze. Keep your chin slightly dipping towards your chest. And try to avoid arching the back here. Really keep the navel tucked in. Take a nice deep inhalation here, my friends. And on your exhalation, go ahead and take the right hand down. Reach with the left arm over alongside the left ear. Bend your right elbow. Really drill your left sits bone into the surface below and reach strongly to the right. Shoulders move away from the ears. Try to relax the knees down toward the surface below. Breathe. Inhale, draw that left arm as if you're reaching as far as you can. On your exhalation, take the left hand down. Take the right arm overhead alongside the ear. Really ground through your right sits bone. Pull your left elbow into your waist and take a nice deep inhalation and exhalation here. Lengthening, feeling that whole side. Right side. Breathe. Inhale, come up. Bring both arms up at this point, palms facing each other. Now, once again, try to drill your sits bones into the surface below. Take a nice deep inhalation here, friends. And on your exhalation, hinging from the hip crease with a flat back. Begin to bend forward. Bring the hands down to the surface below. You'll reach where you can reach without lifting your hip bones up, right? Take a nice deep inhalation, pull the breastbone forward, the shoulders draw away from the ears. And on your next exhalation, see if you can move your breastbone further down toward the floor. The arms can continue to stretch forward. See if you can really relax the inner groins. Inhale, begin to press yourself up to seated once again. Exhale, draw the knees together. Always use the hands. Why try to do jerky, fast movements? You don't want to you want to kind of ease into your practice, if you will. Go ahead and switch which leg was in front. Make sure that the buttocks are away from the sits bones once again. Here's the tricky part. Take a nice deep inhalation here. Now bring the fists together in the uncomfortable fist, all right? So I'm sorry, friends, you have to figure that out. I can't do it for you. And then you'll press that uncomfortable fist away from you. Pull the navel in toward the spine. Really reach a little bit up with the rib cage moving to the opposite side, and then the rib cage moving to the other opposite side, lengthening through the spine. Then draw the arms alongside the ears. Take the shoulders away from the ears. Keep that energy of the sits bones drilling into the surface below, the navel toward the spine. Chin dip slightly. Take a couple breaths here. And if you need to relax in your practice today, I had a great reading on relaxation yesterday. Always see if you can draw your eyes toward the back of the brain so that you're not thinking so much, more that you are actually doing and moving. We'll take an inhalation, we'll separate the arms. On the exhalation, let's reach to the left. Remember to really ground through that right sits bone. So this relaxation reading came at the most perfect time for what we're experiencing in our home during this whole process of what's happening in the world today. And really reminded me, now we're moving into the right side, friends, so go ahead and reach to the right with the left arm. In that reading, it really reminded me to move away from my thoughts, that my thoughts are not the truth, my thoughts are not what's really happening, but to stay present. The present is the only thing that's happening right now. Take a nice deep inhalation. On your exhalation, draw your chest forward, hinge at the hip crease. We'll reach forward. We come to the ground with our hands, but then we adjust. We inhale, drawing the breastbone forward, shoulders away from the ears, and on our exhalation, we can bend our elbows, draw our chest down. Really keep your hips moving into the surface below. Try not to tilt up. Relax the knees. So if you can find peace in your practice, as opposed to, go ahead and exhale and come on up, my friends. If you can genuinely find peace in your practice this morning, maybe in relaxation, maybe that's a nice little mantra or goal. Okay, you can move the blankets to the side, unless of course you need a blanket for your knees. We're going to move on to hands and knees. So we'll take our knees, hips distance apart, feet move straight from the knees toward the back of the mat. Hands are right underneath the shoulders, spread nice and wide. We'll go ahead and move into some cat and cows. We'll do 3 deep breaths moving through cat and cow. So we inhale, we arch the back, we pull the chest through the upper arms, keeping the arms straight. Look up if that feels good on our inhalation. And on our exhalation, we press away from our hands, navel toward the spine, chin toward the chest, round the back. 2 more of these, work with your breath. Come to neutral spine. Go ahead and walk your knees back a big step. So now you're kind of in this wide-ish type of hands and knees. Go ahead and walk your hands forward. So now you're really wide open here, okay? And reach forward. Take a nice deep inhalation. On your exhalation, begin to bring your chest toward the floor into a melted heart. So press away from the hands, forehead moves onto the mat, shoulder blades move on the back, and the chest drops through the upper arms. I actually like to use blocks for this one, and I'll show you how I do that. I come up onto my low setting of the blocks, and then this way I can really drop my chest through my armpits. Feel a nice stretch here. 3 deep breaths. Hips move straight up from the knees. Go ahead and press yourself up, my friends. Remove the blocks if you actually grab the blocks and use them. And now come into the all fours once again. You can still be in that extended all four position. Let's go ahead and take our left, let's drop our belly onto the mat. Slowly, softly, friends. Take the left arm out to the left, palm facing down. So it's coming straight out from the shoulder. On your next exhalation, go ahead and roll on to your left side. So the hips are stacked. Bring the right foot in front of the left thigh with the knee bent and the foot is on the mat. And then on your next exhalation, press into the whole length of the left arm and begin to press your upper body away from the mat with your right hand. Okay, so you're opening that left shoulder. And you can just keep your head in line with your spine if you'd like. Your hand can move a little, your right hand can move a little closer to your left shoulder as you press maybe a tiny bit more. Just really listen to your body here. Take a nice deep breath. And one more. And then exhale, go ahead and release the right leg back. Come onto your belly. Take your right arm out from the shoulder, straight out from the shoulder, palm facing down. Go ahead and take your left hand to your left, the left side of your chest, and then begin to press your body away from the floor and on your right side. Take your left foot, bend the left knee, and bring the left foot to the mat. Take a nice deep inhalation. On your exhalation, strongly pressing your right, the whole length of your right arm into the surface below. Begin to press into the left hand, moving your chest a bit more away from the floor and opening it up. Okay, so your hips are stacked. Your neck is in line with your spine, and you can just kind of remind it to relax, shaking your head softly, yes or no. A couple more deep breaths here. And then take a nice deep inhalation. Go ahead and roll onto your belly. Take your arms or your hands alongside your chest. The thumb is at the bottom of what would be your bra line or your heart rate monitor if you're a gentleman. And then go ahead and untuck the toes. So now the elbows move toward each other. They're bent. We're doing a cobra prep here right now. All of the fingers face forward. The thumb is at the bra line. Take a nice deep exhalation. Pull the navel in toward the spine, and on your inhalation, Gently press into the mat with the hands. Bring the breastbone forward and arching back. Keep the navel in toward the spine. Shoulders are on the back and away from the ears. 3 deep breaths here. Nice soft gaze. Exhale, release yourself down from your cobra. Make a little pillow with your hands and put your forehead on that pillow. Take 2 long, slow, deep breaths into the entire width of the low back. Lovely, my friends. Go ahead and bring the hands alongside the chest. Tuck the toes. On your next inhalation, let's press up into our half plank. And then you may go ahead and come into either a child's pose, a very nice working child's pose, or your down dog. Three deep breaths here, friends. Keep the hip bones working up and away in the space behind you by strongly rooting into your fingers and the whole surface of your hand, pushing away from your hands. Take an inhalation, begin to look up toward the hands, moving the chest toward the hands, and then step or jump your feet to your hands, coming to the top of your mat. Okay? So let's stay here, keep the knees bent. And let's move into, and you can use your blocks if you need your blocks, if you don't have the flexibility here in your hamstrings. The knees are slightly bent. Let's take an inhalation, drawing the breastbone forward, shoulders away from the ears. On the exhalation, move into your forward fold. Inhalation, come into your flat back with the knees bent or not. Exhalation, draw the chest toward the thighs. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, come into your full forward fold. Inhale, bring the chest forward. On your next exhalation, take your right foot and leg back, come into a lunge. Now, depends on where your practice is here, friends. So if you practice super gently, you can go ahead and take your knee down here, okay? Everyone else, stay in this lunge. Strongly root your right heel back. See if you could square the hips toward the front of your mat. And take a nice deep inhalation, pull the shoulder blades on the back. And you can be on blocks here if you like. If you feel like you have better posture here, okay, you can even be here. So shoulder blades move on the back, away from the ears. 3 deep breaths here. Nice, strong lunge. Okay, let's come up on our next inhalation. So you can stay here with your beautiful posture. Squeeze the inner thighs together, or you can come all the way up. 3 deep inhalation and exhalations here. Keep that right leg strongly working. Your next exhalation, bring your palms together. Inhaling, bringing the palms toward the heart center. On your exhalation, go ahead and begin to twist toward the left. Again, your knee can come down if you'd like. 3 long, slow, deep breaths. Exhale, take the hands alongside the front foot. Inhale, pull the breastbone forward. Exhale, come into your down dog. Let's take 3 long, slow, deep breaths here. You can walk your dog if you'd like. Inhale, take the right leg up and back. Exhale, swing it forward into your lunge, either a low lunge or a lunge with the knee off the mat. Use your blocks if you'd like to. We're going to stay in this lunge with beautiful posture for 3 deep breaths. Really press that left heel back. Shoulders away from the ears, square the hips. Inhale, begin to come up, and again, you can come up on blocks, whatever you need for your support today. Hand on can just stay on the thigh. You can just be here with beautiful posture. 3 deep breaths, or the arms can come up. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Inhale here. Exhale, take the hands to the heart center. Begin to drape the chest over that right thigh and move into your twist. Keep that back leg strong. Woo! See, sometimes it even happens to us. Whoa, just don't want to twist on that side today. All right, on your exhalation, take your hands down. Go ahead and move into your down dog. See, all those videos you watch of other people, those are all edited, or maybe they're not. I can't really say that, but this is live and real, my friends. So our body does what it wants to do. Relax the head. Inhale, take the left leg up and back. Exhale, swing it forward into your lunge again. And then take the back foot down, heel moves out, toes move slightly forward. Come up into your warrior 2. Check your footing, okay? Left heel in line with the right arch, okay? Take a nice deep inhalation. Knee moves over the pinky toe side of the foot. Go ahead and gaze over your left middle finger. 3 deep breaths here, my friends. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, take the right hand onto the right back of the thigh and reach into reverse warrior. 3 deep breaths here. Keep that Left knee strongly bent. Inhale, come up. Exhale, move into your side angle. 3 deep breaths here, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, come up. Actually, exhale. Let's bring our hands down to the floor, and let's bring our hands toward the right side. Have both feet face toward the right side, and try to make it as perfectly in a line as possible with your toes. So we'll come into a flat back, wide-legged forward fold. So take a nice deep inhalation, draw the shoulder blades on the back, away from the ears. And your exhalation, begin to bend your elbows back toward the space behind you, pressing into the outer edges of the feet, and bring the head down as far as you can. You can round out the back when you can't be flat anymore. And then we just breathe here, 3 deep breaths. Inhale, begin to come up. Flat back. Exhale. We'll go ahead and frame the left foot in a high lunge and then come back into downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here, my friends. Inhale, take the right leg up and back. Exhale, swing your right leg forward. High lunge, and then take your left foot, heel down, toes face forward. Inhale, coming up into Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2 on the right side, okay? Make sure your right heel is in line with your left arch. Make sure your right knee is in line with your pinky toe side of your foot. 3 deep breaths, friends. Inhale, come up. Keep that right knee bent. Exhale, take the right arm up and over, reverse warrior, 3 deep breaths. Keep your right knee bent. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come into side angle pose. Make sure the shoulders move away from the ears. 3 deep breaths here, my friends. Inhale, come up, actually, and we exhale, and we swing our hands down. Bring both feet to face the left side of the mat. Sorry that you have my booty in your face. And then go ahead and spread the legs in a nice even line if you can. Just imagine that they're in a line. Look down, try to adjust. Flat back for now. Inhale, draw the shoulder blades away from the ears and onto the back. Your exhalation, bend the elbows, begin to draw the breastbone forward and down in a flat back till you can't anymore. Round out into wide-legged forward fold. Three deep breaths. Inhale, come up to your flat back. Exhale, begin to walk the hands toward the right leg. You'll be in your high lunge. Press back into your downward facing dog. 3 long, slow, deep breaths. All right, let's exhale. We're gonna come to our knees. We'll walk our knees towards our hands and then go ahead and cross your ankles and round out onto your bottom there. Okay, so go ahead and grab a blanket, something else to sit on behind your mat. If you want, you can come into this however you want on your mat, but I like to just have my heels protected by my mat, so I usually come onto a some kind of surface to help me get my legs out wide, but yet still have some comfort with my heels. It's just a quirky thing about me. I don't like my heels being hurting from the hardness of the floor, if you will, okay? So let's take our feet, flex our feet. Our feet are flexed toward our knees, and our toes, our ankles, our knees, and our hips are all in one line. Keep it that way, okay? Move your butt cheeks away from your sits bones. Take a nice deep, deep, deep inhalation. And on your exhalation, turn your torso to the right and hinging from the hip crease, keeping the legs nice and strong. Go ahead and bring yourself, your chest, your breastbone toward your right thigh. You can grab the foot if you can reach it. You can put the hand alongside the calf or the shin. And then let's try and twist our body even a little more, taking our right arm behind us and our left hand somewhere along the leg there. Inhale, bring the chest up. Exhale, see if you can move further into the chest in toward the thigh. 3 deep breaths here, friends. Inhale, draw your left arm up and over to the left side. Exhale. Inhale, bring the right arm up. Keep the legs nice and active. See how my feet are still flexed. My toes are flexed. Exhale, take your right arm toward your left leg and twist the chest toward the left leg. Grab somewhere on the outside of the left thigh, calf, foot, and then take an inhalation, adjusting the breastbone forward. Exhale, hinge from the hip crease, and come into a twist on the left side. Left hand can move behind your back to help with the twist. Inhale and exhale here. Inhale, come up. Bring both arms up. Shoulders away from the ears. Stack the vertebrae, one on top of each other. Chins move slightly toward the chest. Keep the feet nice and flexed. Inhale. Exhale. Come forward. Breastbone forward and down. Arms in front. Now pause here momentarily. Adjust your feet. Make sure that your legs are still working. Press into your hands like you're pressing into a downward dog. So you're pressing your shoulders away from your ears. Your breastbone moves forward. And on your next exhalation, keep your chest moving forward and down. Come into your wide-legged forward fold, seated. Try to keep the thigh bones moving in toward the surface below. So down toward the surface below. See if you can shoot energy from that flexed foot, the heel. See if you can shoot energy all the way from the hip, moving out the heel. One more deep breath here. Go ahead and inhale, bring yourself up. All right, and let's bring the knees together. Go ahead and extend the legs, one leg at a time. Coming into staff pose. See, this is where my heels are touching the surface, right? Flex the feet. Take a nice deep inhalation, and on the exhalation, go ahead and come into your forward fold seated Paschimottanasana. Keep the thigh bones strongly working toward the surface below. 3 deep breaths. Inhale to come up. All right, so yogi choice for the next part of our practice. So you can move right into legs up the wall, or you can take your blocks. Bring your mat up against the wall. If you don't have a wall, you could just go ahead and do this without your legs against the wall. So you'll take your blocks at the wall, and we're gonna do like a modified shoulder stand, if you will. And you can just do it one height or 2 blocks. If you're just starting out and you're my super gentle people, stick with just 1 block height, okay? So you'll come up to the wall like you're gonna go into legs up the wall. So your right hip up against the wall. And then, or near the blocks, I should say. And then you allow your legs to come up. You're gonna inch your buttocks toward the blocks. Have your feet at the wall, knees bent. Grab your mat, either side, okay? And then go ahead and shimmy your shoulders toward the wall, okay? So that now, your buttocks, you're gonna place the blocks so that the buttocks gently, the edge of them roll over the block. So if you're on this lower block, right, it's gonna be right here, and that's gonna, hopefully that feels super yummy, because this is your shoulder stand variation, which is so great for the immune system, okay? All right, so you're here on your shoulder stand variation. You can flex the feet, roll the shoulder blades underneath the chest so the chest is nice and high. Palms face up. Keep the feet nice and flexed and the quadriceps nice and strong. And then strongly press into the shoulder blades so that your chest is lifted, and press into the whole length of the arm here. Take 3 deep breaths here. Keep pressing the shoulder blades in to the mat. Keep the chin moving toward the chest. Move the chest toward the chin. Okay, now release one of the blocks if you're on 2 blocks. If you're on 1 block, just stay there. Okay, and now just relax everything. Keep the chin moving in toward the chest. Let's stay in legs up the wall for several breaths. I'll tell you when to come out. Relax the feet. Relax the knees. You should have no tension in your legs right now. Take a nice inhalation, bring the feet to the wall, bend the knees, press into the wall, lift the pelvis up, remove the block, come down 1 vertebrae at a time. So your back will be flat on the mat. And for my people who absolutely love legs up the wall, well, let's do something else actually. I changed my mind. Open the arms up to shoulder height, so you're in a cross. Take a nice deep inhalation, bend the knees toward the chest, and on the exhalation, go ahead and walk the feet over to the left side. Keep the right shoulder moving strongly into the surface below. So now you're in your twist, all right? Twisting the spine. I love using the wall for twists because if you don't feel comfortable, you could have with your knees all the way down, you could actually have your feet on the wall and just wherever, and let the knees drop wherever. So it's a nice little assist. Two more long, slow, deep breaths in the whole right side of the body. I talked about relaxing in your practice. Today, this would be a really great place to just relax the body when you're in this twist. Inhale, walk the feet toward the center. Exhale, walk the feet to the right. Keep the left shoulder moving in toward the space below. Feel that beautiful opening in the whole left side of the body in this twist. Two more long, slow, deep breaths here, my friends. Inhale, walk the feet back up to center. And go ahead and bend the knees toward the chest. You can use the feet to press into the wall. That feels yummy, just lengthening through the spine. Take a nice deep inhalation, draw the arms up and overhead, have the palms face each other. Press the shoulder blades into the surface below and draw the tops of the shoulders away from the ears. Move the chin toward the chest. Now, if you're my people who love to do legs up the wall for Shavasana, and I have at least one student in class that loves that, and I love that that's her jam. So you can actually just go ahead, bring your arms into cactus and come into legs up the wall here for Shavasana. Or you can now, at this point, bend your knees to one side and then place yourself on your mat, on your back. Make sure your chest is nice and open as you have your legs extended, and move into your final relaxation pose, Shavasana. And in my relaxation reading, it was really lovely the way Judith put it in her book. It's called Living Your Yoga, the name of the book that I read, and I just love it. And she says that in a relaxation pose isn't sleeping, it's relaxing the body so that you can turn inward. Check in with your body, ensuring that all areas are surrendering. Everything is just letting go, nothing's gripping. It's all becoming softer and softer with each breath you take. Allow the eyes to draw deeper into the eye sockets. To bring your awareness to your practice this morning. Gently bring movement to your fingers and your toes. Bend the knees. Go ahead and roll to whatever side feels yummy today. And pause there, taking a nice deep breath. A nice restorative breath. And softly and gently press yourself up to your knees, and then a nice seated pose to end your practice. Bring the palms deeply sealed toward the heart, thumbs at the base of the heart. Draw the shoulder blades on the back away from the ears. Lift the crown of the head and dip the chin slightly. I thank you, beautiful spirits, for allowing me to guide you through this gentle boost for the immune system. I genuinely wish you safety and peace and good health, my friends. Namaste. Thank you so very much. 11 o'clock will be our senior yoga class. So go ahead and tell anyone that you know who's a senior or needs to move from a chair that we'll start that class at 11 o'clock. Thank you so much. Have a great day.